Assalamu alaikum. My name is Qaisar Nazir. I am instructor computer at Tafta Punjab, and I am interested in technology, artificial intelligence, education, and modern learning skills. Today, I am going to have a short and interesting conversation with ChatGPT on the topic how to think creatively and solve problem effectively. In our daily life, we face different problems, and the ability to think creatively can help us find better and smarter solutions. So let's start our topic. Assalamu alaikum ChatGPT. Thank you for joining me today.
Walaikum assalam. It's great to be here. What's on your mind today?
Our topic is how to think creatively and solve problem effectively.
Creativity and problem solving. I like that. Well, first thing, creativity isn't about some magical spark. It's mostly about habits. Deliberately exposing yourself to new experiences, mixing ideas from different domains, and giving yourself permission to generate a lot of imperfect ideas before polishing them. Like you could combine something you saw in nature with a problem at work and see what new framing that suggests. Now, problem solving. Think of it as a rhythm. Define the problem clearly, then brainstorm broadly, don't censor, don't judge, then test small. Learn fast, iterate.
Oh,
Often the breakthrough comes from reframing, asking what if this assumption isn't true? That one question flips the whole thing sometimes.
okay. My question is, can creativity be learned from anyone or from any source?
Mostly, yes. You can learn creative thinking from almost anyone if you pay attention to how they think, not just what they know. A mechanic who improvises a fix, a teacher who engages bored students, a kid inventing a game out of sticks and stones. The source doesn't have to be famous or academic. It's more about staying curious, stealing like an artist. Notice patterns, borrow principles, remix them, test. The one gotcha, a lot of people talk about creativity like it's a personality trait. But honestly, it's a practice, like training a muscle. You can strengthen it anywhere.
Okay. What are the most common barriers that prevent people from thinking creatively?
hmm When people think creatively, they tend to do a few things differently. They delay judgment so ideas can breathe. They ask naive questions, kind of like a child would, because naive questions expose hidden assumptions. Then they look for analogies like, where else does this pattern show up? And crucially, they treat failed attempts as data, not evidence that they're bad at the thing. It's a mindset. Curious, patient, and a little bit rebellious too.
Okay. What simple techniques can students and professionals use to generate new and innovative ideas?
The two that work great for students and for teachers, honestly, too. First, The 30 circles exercise. You just draw 30 circles and try to turn each one into something different in, say, 3 minutes. It warms up flexible thinking fast. Second, keep a tiny idea journal. 3 lines a day, one problem you noticed, one wild idea, one small experiment to try. Over a week or two, you'll notice patterns forming. And honestly, conversation works too. Ask people how they approach small decisions. You'll find creative strategies hiding in plain sight.
Okay, my next question is what is effective problem solving?
Effective problem solving is basically the art of choosing the right problem, defining it clearly, generating multiple possible solutions, and then testing and iterating quickly. It balances creativity with discipline. So don't just chase clever ideas. Make sure you're actually solving the real problem underneath, not just the obvious symptom. And check your results against reality, not ego. If something works but isn't elegant, keep it. Iterate later.
Okay, how can we break a big problem into a smaller problem?
Good question. Start by naming the big outcome you want. Then ask, what's the smallest piece I could roll up and solve or test today? Break it into milestones, like understanding one cause, mapping one stakeholder, testing one tiny prototype. Smaller chunks reduce overwhelm, give faster feedback, and build momentum. And when one chunk feels doable, do that. Then do the next. It's like climbing stairs, not scaling a wall.
Okay, next question is how important is asking question?
Hugely important. Asking good questions is basically the engine of creativity. It steers attention, opens options, and helps you notice assumptions you're making without realizing. One powerful question is, what am I assuming that, if false, would change everything? Another is, so what's the simplest version of this problem? Because simplification often reveals a clear pathway. Questions are like tools. Use them gently, but persistently. They turn confusion into a path you can actually walk.
Okay, many people are afraid of making mistakes. How can failure and mistakes actually
Yes,
help us become better problem solver?
exactly. Practice turns ideas into instincts. Start small, repeat often, reflect briefly, and over time, you build a kind of quiet confidence. Yeah, you start trusting yourself to figure things out.
Okay, finally, what are the simple daily life habits that can improve these skills?
Simple ones. Try noticing one small frustration a day and ask, what caused that? What's one tiny experiment I can try tomorrow? Also, keep a why streak. Ask 5 why questions about anything each day. Keep a pocket notebook or notes app. Jot down wild ideas without judging them. And every week, revisit one old idea and rethink it. You'll be amazed how your perspective shifts. Small habits, steady reps. That's the secret sauce.
Okay, thank you, ChatGPT.
Anytime. I'm glad we talked. Keep noticing, keep questioning. You're on a good path.
Thank you. Today we learned that creativity is not only about producing artistic ideas, it is also about looking at problems from different perspectives and finding new
Exactly.
possibilities.
Creativity.
Effective problem solving requires us to understand the problem, break it into smaller parts, explore different solutions, learn from mistakes, and choose the best possible approach. I believe that creative thinking and problem solving are skills that everyone can develop through practice, curiosity, and an open mind. Thank you everyone for watching and listening to our conversation. Stay curious, keep learning, think creatively, and never be afraid to solve problems in new ways. Allah Hafiz.